Hello and welcome to another set of turns of Dominion 6. I am the False God. We're playing as Pyrene. And in the YouTube game, we're coming off of a disastrous loss to a throne, which is totally unnecessary. And we're going to try and pretend like that did not happen. Some probings, Archdevil, a lot of misses. We found an enchanted pyre. Get that one fire. Miss. Black Harpy pings the forces of man. Which are significant and scary. There are so many monks out here to try and deal with all the Aspirational shenanigans. This might be trying to do legions, maybe? Trying to like do put gems on for an earth power and then do something with them. Big nature caster. Another big nature caster. The god is here. Little rainbow with some gear. He's got a lot of gems. He could do quite a lot of different things. Lots of knights, lots of draconians, and lots of wolves. And I think those guys are... Yeah, they got pinged. I believe they're sieging Asphodel. As one of Asphodel's forts. They're sieging that particular fort. Assassination attempt. Oh, you got a frost fiend in here. We got a bunch of demons protecting our lioness. I will say this storm demon is potentially quite dangerous, as they could chuck a lightning bolt at our own guy, which would be bad. Another assassination attempt. The good news about these transform guys is they tend to have a lot of HP. And sometimes even several attacks. Yeah, like I'm gonna just chewing through the peasants. Another misfortune event. Asphodel attacked special monsters with a harpy but was defeated. We patrol out a scout from Abyssia. And that's all fine. We're doing more and more statues here. We are sending out some of our priests, continuing to recruit more priests. We're going to try and preach up some of this stuff while we're waiting, although I don't think it's going to be very effective. Wouldn't do anything here. It's fine here. This is probably a waste. We do have one little stack of birds who's going around patrolling down various unrest that we had from fighting Jotunheim. Like this needs it. This needs it. So we're still trying to improve our economy a bit that way. But, let's see, besides that... Probing, statues, vile water. I thought I was getting a discount on vile water, but I wasn't paying enough attention. I'm actually not. Lanterns, rituals, a star sign skullcap, get that astral up, a bloodthorn. So we do have, we hit construction 7. We're headed up to blood 8. And so we want to be prepped to cast Blood Vortex in Pyrene as soon as Blood 8 becomes available. So that's going to be in 4 turns. Three more turns. So that's all well and good. Nothing too much else happening here. Again, like I said in the other videos, I think that we do not use this time as effectively as we could. We could be doing a better job of site searching and blood hunting. I had a problem. So we spent, I can't remember if I complained about this before. We had some very long gaps between turns. We did not have a turn timer on for this game. And so it wasn't uncommon for the turns to take like 3 or 4 days. And I have a hard time. I just get really disconnected from the game when we have those really big gaps. We do eventually put a timer back on, and that's going to help a lot. But in this mid game, I do suffer a bit with my just ability to continue to remember what I was doing and so on. So a bit unfortunate there. Go ahead and go to 48. And vile water, ritual, statues, probing misses, more blood slaves. Oh yeah, we tried to steal man's grass, but we failed. I had some question as to whether or not stealing someone's grass counted as a nap break. And I decided that I would punt the question by just going after man's first. Asphodel with a huge army. Sylvania must be cracked. You can see tons of crap. Although pretty limited mage support. 101 Sagittarians with only 5 mages. I expect that Asphodel has been pretty hard put to both their gold and their gems from all the raiding, and so that's kind of why we're there have so few. Look at that, just chop everybody up. Get them. No. Iron skin. We found an ore deposit and some fire gems. The moon turned red. Misfortune for everyone. Awesome. And I finally stopped. I think we finished arcane probing just about everything. So I let the Lost Legion. I think I let them go. Yeah, I did not get outbid. You can see Nabaa has all the mercenaries because he's using them to try and fight. I think he's trying to fight Bandarlog, who is still here. Bandarlog has fought like 3 different players since the game started. And has beaten a lot of armies, but has not been able to successfully take any territory because all the fighting is happening where he is. So tremendous props to him for his play and staying alive, and not giving up. Continuing to try and make stuff happen. So that's pretty cool. We've suited up this guy to try and do some better searching. Instead of 2-2. It's gonna get 4-3. So that's pretty great. Let's see, what else we got? I think we're doing a crystal coin. Livened statues, yeah, ritual, lantern, ritual, coin of meteoric iron. That's the new crystal coin. Brazen vessel, armor of souls, get more high blood casters together. And get prepped. For our upcoming Blood Vortex cast. We are starting to build a bit of a bank, so that we can put that at a high level. And yeah, otherwise we're out site searching. We're still trying to grow. Not going for this just yet. We're rolling out more priests to get over here, and I think we're gonna get prepped to do it next turn. We can go ahead and go to 49. More stuff missing on all of our searches. Asphodel has a new prophet. We once again failed to figure out man's graph. All right, big fight. Man attacking Asphodel in Sylvania. So man has decided to roll in with basically just the knights, a little bit his god, so Arrow Ward and some luck, and some wolves, and these draconians. So he's left a lot of his mages outside. Relief goes up from Asphodel. Solar Brilliance goes up from Hidden, and so you can see he probably chose to leave a lot of troops outside, right, so they don't get blinded forever, whereas the knights will recover. And that Solar Blade's gonna do a number on all these undead units. But there's not a ton here. Doom, luck. I don't know, there's a lot of chaff to get through. I think this is going to depend on whether or not... What has he got for mage support? Are they doing anything productive? Quicken Roots, Body Ethereal... No, I mean, we're playing with vanilla AI on, so that's kind of a rhetorical question. currently no one is making any progress. The Knights of Man aren't really dying, but they're also not breaking through. There's one that's dead. All right, they made it forward a couple squares there. There's another one. So they're taking these Minotaur hit really hard. 39 damage. So that is even if you're an utterly broken Knight of Man, 39 damage is gonna mess up your day. It looks like they're losing, but it's hard to tell. There are more of these big, sacred guys in here scattered amongst the chaff. Yeah, it's hard to tell how much the archers are doing. Because, like, theoretically, right, if he runs out of good stuff, the Knights of Man will chew through infinite garbage chaff. Howl is up as well. On their side. On Asphadel's side. Doesn't look like it's getting too much. It's sort of distracting this ball, but also because vanilla casting's on, that ball's not really doing much of anything anyway. But there aren't that many knights left. Oops. I think that Asphadel's gonna carry this. We'll have to see what the losses look like. But I'm seeing knights die and run off, so... Goodness gracious. Their morale is intense. They're still, like, they've lost so many dudes. Okay, I think that's it. That is that. How much are they gonna lose from this? Or, I mean, they might still win, I guess, actually, now that I think about it. Right, all these guys have run out of the fort now. And there's still more knights back here. But I'd expect most of them to be blind at this point. Yeah. So kind of a double-edged sword a little bit in that way, right? Like, this guy can be blind, but it doesn't matter, I don't think. He's undead. If their morale holds up, I don't know. What round are we on? Gotta remember what the combat round. Show round. What is it? Is it? It's not Q. I'm not hitting that. Oh, I mean, it looks like they got him. Looks like man won. Even though his attack failed, his mage ball sort of stayed secure. And Asphodel routed. And that is, I think, basically what happened. So yeah, we'd have to count the exact number of knights lost versus what happened here, but it is roughly the outcome we were that we got. So well done by Kijun on taking this pretty loaded Asphodel fort. I'm surprised he was even able to like siege through it. Like, damn, there's so much stuff inside. People left as they're displeased. It's helpful. Assassination attempt. Ah! She's not even horror marked. Slap him again! Or dagger. Hit him with the dagger again. Aww. She picked up a tome she should not have and died to a vile thing. Let's throw in a gold though. Okay, so now we're back. And we're gonna try and take this again. This time, we are putting a whole big line of guys who are gonna be pretty much invulnerable to everything the shadows are up to. In front, the knights are on the flanks, and we've brought a bunch more priests. We're also doing Iron Skin and Blood Rain again. Little stuff. So this time, I still have not tested it, but we're bringing a lot more stuff that's gonna do something and is like the right. We're bringing a lot more of the right answer. than we were last time, where we were just bringing a ton of the wrong answer. I think we're also doming up our capital. We're doing some witches' ointments. This is the Pyrene unique item that gives flying in the miscellaneous slot, which is quite nice. Allies, Dome of Solid Air at Pyrene. We're going to put up more domes. Right, we got 50,000 people in Pyrene, and we're going to put up Blood Vortex there. We do not want it to get Black Deaths by Ballin or anyone else. Or any other shenanigans. So we're going to put up some domes on Pyrene. We're going to try and cast Mother Oak again. Because it's down. No one has it. And I want it. Right now, I guess I haven't looked at it in a long time. There are no globals up. And it's turn 49. So that Mother Oak will get us all the way to growth 5, which does tip our risk of turning into a forest. But I don't think we put a big cast into it, so we can check. No, we did min cast +1. And so we're gonna try and steal back Mother Oak. So Dome, a Golem, Mother Oak is basically what we're up to this time. So that should be all well and good. And I think we got time. We'll go to 50 and see if Mother Oak goes up correctly. Dire Portent. Kijin has put up the Admiral, the undead Admiral who attacks coastal provinces. It's like called like Ghost Ship or something. Ghost Ship Armada. We put up Mother Oak. So let's just spend a minute. So Ghost Ship Armada attacks a random coastal province. It raids that province, right? So it kills a lot of population, makes a ton of unrest, and then theoretically brings you some of the gold back. And then when it successfully kills provinces, it spawns smaller boats. And so, unlike a lot of other globals, this global can be defeated on the field. If all the boats are dead, the global goes away. Now the problem, of course, it's a relatively large army. It's got some casters, which is kind of whatever. The whole army are ethereal skeletons. And so being able to kill, I think it's like 70 or something ethereal skeletons in a single turn can be really painful, right? Especially if you're trying to do that across a lot of territory. And so, this goes up. And there's chatter. I chat with Nabab about it, who of course is Cookies, and he's done the math, and he's like, he owns most of the coastal provinces, more than anyone else, and so he feels very, very attacked. We own some. We own this one, this one, and I think that's it. And this is going to cause me, because we own so few, my plan is not to be the one who deals with it. And I'm just going to move blood hunting operations out. We're gonna waste a turn. We're going to move the blood hunters out and continue on in a safer non-coastal province. This province getting raided would absolutely be terrible. It would suck. But it is quite unlikely. And so yeah, we've got to worry about that a little bit. It's doubly funny in that this is about the same time. I think this is right after we took the Ghost Ship Armada down in the Machaca Baratos game. So Cookie's is quite upset to see it come back. Lot of unhappiness there. And he's going to consider going to war with Gidson about this. All right, so we're trying again here. We've got the troops discussed, right? These guys are going to be immune to all the paralyzing nonsense. We brought extra priests to cut through these undead. Now, these guys still make it into contact, which is not great. They kind of got around us, so we should have put them farther inwards, I think. They're supposed to be on attack rear. There's a bone grinding coming out. Thanks, Ilwinter. That's fun. You can see this time, though, we are making better progress. We have still lost a bunch of guys, though. Bone grinding nonsense. The Titan is on her way forwards. And she's now in the fray. Only 6 protection, though. So she will die quite quickly if surrounded. Gonna press forward. You know, we can see we're dealing a number on her stuff. Her guards, and then she's going to start to get surrounded. She's actually going to run off. And we're going to take it. Although we lost another, 6 knights plus 5, basically. So 11 knights and 12 statues. So, unfortunate that we lost anything, but, I mean, it's one guy retreat. Unfortunately, anything, but we have now taken the province. It immediately gave us 550 gold and some unrest and minus Dominion. We got Banderlog Scout. So that's good news. It was the last throne left, so we knew it, but it is the Throne of Earth. The Reinvigoration and the Bless is nice. We don't have any mages it really impacts, though. And we've killed all of our troops on this throne, so it is what it is. But the gnome is the real prize. We have this path already, but glamour and nature and glamour and earth are tremendous. This guy gets us all the way. If we get to, I think we need to get to 3. Hold on, I can't remember now. Let's see, forge. No, there's no lab here, right? That's not gonna work. A to see everything. Yeah. Because there's 2 glamour items. There is... Hold on, is it star? What's the... Show all items. You are control A. So close. There's the 2 glamour items. There is the Mirage Crystal, which is 3 glamour and 2 earth. So we're 1 short there. And the glamour hat is also 3 glamour. So we're technically short 1. So we would have to empower one of those gnomes or successfully forge a Robe of the Magi to get up the glamour we need to do that. Once we did that, though, we'd be up to, glamour 4 on a regular guy with the items, glamour 5 if we had to empower one. So that's a thing. We're going to build a lab, claim the throne, do a little searching, some preaching, some moving, yada, yada, yada. That part's all well and good. 2 of those guys already deserted. So, yeah. It's nice to have this under control now. And we can look forward to the next phase of our operations, which is Infernal Crusade. So, I don't know if this is actually a good idea. I think it's a fun idea, though. Because it's going to take a while. It's definitely not right to do it without researching thaumaturgy first. But, besides that, the goal here, right, is we're going to go and get this level 9 blood spell that we are very capable of casting. We've got the items to make every one of our acrobelts basically able to do this. For 50 blood slayers, we're going to get 10 plus demonic knights. And this is, so at time of recording, right, fear has been nerfed, but it wasn't the case then. So fear is still enormously strong, but at this, sort of close to the launch of the game, right, it was unbelievably strong. And we have access to the to Blood Rain, which helps make fear even stronger. And now that we've captured those gnomes, that gives us the path to summon fairy queens, who will have the ability to cast Wailing Wind. So we can very easily put out a ton of fear, plus Blood Rain, plus Wailing Wind. which is going to make our armies very hard to stand up against. So the question is, you know, why Infernal Crusade over some of these other 9s? And so I think there's a couple bits to think about. So not necessarily in any particular order. Bind Demon Lord doesn't make troops. The Demon Lords are all really good, but putting a 9 out there to spend a ton of money on commanders is not where we want to be. Looming Hell is not very good. There's no reason to cast Astral Corruption right now, even if we had the paths. We are still using it. Now, the ones that are actually more that we could fight about. So Forces of Darkness takes an extra blood path, which is a little bit harder for us. We don't mind paying, you know, sort of needing to have the cross path because we already have it. Now, you do get 22 plus, which is a lot more for the same number of blood slaves. So that is, you know, certainly something to recommend. But I do think that the Demonic Knights are just so much stronger that you're better off with the Demonic Knights. Again, same goes. We don't really have a good way to cast Forces of Ice. Infernal Forces we could do, but again, it'd be a little bit trickier. The nice thing about Infernal Forces is that while you do only get 18 devils, you also get 40 imps. So, you know, this is going to make a ton of bodies for you. And is a really cool spell as well. It says 20 imps, but that's a lie. Here it says 40 imps. And I'm pretty sure the 40 imps is what actually happens. So the real ones that we're comparing to are between Crusade and Tempest. Because the Storm Demons are also incredibly strong. They're also more mobile. There were a couple of reasons why I ended up not doing the Storm Demons at this time. So one, all of our Sorgina can make a Storm Demon. And while they may not make it as efficiently, right, it's 10 for 1. So you'd only get 5, whereas here you're getting 12. They all can make it, and so we could still amass substantial numbers of Storm Demons. We're going to have a harder time doing that with Demonic Knights. We also have, because the Acrobelts have so much blood, we can afford to give them more blood items. Right, they already have the right paths. We can give them more blood items, and so they can actually really benefit from the bonus. Whereas it's going to be a lot harder to do that with the Sorgina, right? All of our Sorgina to cast this need all 3 blood items. Whereas our Acrobelts, if we get the 4s, we can put the Earth Boots on to finish off that Earth requirement. And then if we put all the blood items on, we're getting an extra 2 Demonic Knights per, which is a really, you know, that's adding an extra 20% efficiency, which is quite a lot. And yeah, so I wanted to try, right? Everybody knew at the time this was out that Storm Demons were cracked. And so I wanted to see how good the Demonic Knights would be. Demon Knights. So we're going to try and go get Infernal Crusade, which is going to take us like 6 turns. Good long while where we're making no progress on anything else. And it does leave us quite vulnerable while that's happening, as we're way behind on researching other things that could help us. But, you know, if we get there, that's a lot of Demonic Knights that people are going to have to worry about. You know, our current, you know, our blood income this turn was, call that 175. You know, that's potentially 36 Demonic Knights per turn, plus a little bit extra. That's like, right, 3 casts at 12 per, plus you've got a little bit extra. And then we haven't even put up Vortex yet, which I assume we're doing this turn. Yep, Blood Vortex going up. This we're putting a lot of Blood Slaves into. 304. So a lot of Blood Slaves going into Blood Vortex. So that's going to give us another, I think it's usually between like 50 and 70 Blood Slaves a turn. That's another whole cast. So we could be making 40 to 50 or maybe even more Demonic Knights per turn. And that's going to be really hard for our opponents to deal with. So, really excited about these Demonic Knights. I think they're going to be big. So yeah, we're also doing a 3 red seconds on our new throne to make sure nothing happens to it. More lanterns, more hammers, dark knowledge, another dome on Pyrene. And I did turn him off, but we're doing the Blood Vortex. So, really excited to get all these demonic knights potentially rolling out for us. So we're gonna have to see how that goes. It's a lot of payoff time, and we probably are better off if we had done more of a build up. We're kind of rushing for the prize here, but we'll see how it goes. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope to see you all in the next one, and have a great day.